I guess this'll do. Hey everybody, Rocktimus Prime here. Welcome back to the cave. 95% complete. We still have a few things floating around in Hypertime. That happened. I don't know what happened there, but they all fell last night. And yeah, this is the new location because somebody was messing with Hypertime and didn't tell me.
Look, I said I was sorry. It's bad enough you're making us wear the same shirt now.
Where the heck have you been?
You know where I've been. I was stuck traveling dimensions in Hypertime. I couldn't help it.
And the reason we had to leave my old room was because
there was such a buildup of Hypertime particles that, well, I couldn't continue my experiments in that old location. So, here we are.
So everybody following along? Good. So, with that sciencey bimble out of the way, let's get on to the review. So with me going full-time at work, I have had a lot less time to dedicate to doing videos like this. But we're trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm wearing an appropriate shirt for today's review, because today we're going to be taking a look at Gigawatt, the Transformers crossovers with Back to the Future, for some reason. Now, I have 3 of these crossover guys. I have Ectotron, Maverick, and now I have Gigawatt. And I absolutely love the crossover line. I love the packaging. I love almost everything about them, except how hard they are to get. I did actually order 2 Gigawatts on accident. This one I placed in like September through Walmart, and it was like January of this year that I didn't know if Walmart had shipped it yet, so I ordered another one off Zavvi, thanks to Thew. And yeah, the day that the Zavvi one shipped was the day that I got this one. So I sent the other one over to Luke, Optimus 405, so he should be enjoying that. Anyway, what do I think about Gigawatt? I kind of have him displayed in the classic Back to the Future, looking at the clock on your wrist pose that I think everybody that displays this toy has to have him in.
Sounds right. But there you are.
Now, you can't really tell from looking at it, but if you know the figure well enough, you can tell that this is just a highly retooled version of Siege Sideswipe here. I mean, his legs work identically. You kind of can see it in the way that the chest transforms, but I kind of wouldn't have it any other way. Coming in close so you can kind of see some details. His head is kind of interesting. It's the one part of the toy that I kind of don't like. It's super hard to see between the chest panel and the fact that it's kind of recessed in there. And it's got the goggles, which Ectotron had, and I'm like, why can't we just have regular eyes? But as you can see, he does have the flux capacitor here on his chest with the dates for the Back to the Future movies there. He has this nice little silver gun. He also came with the lightning rod that they used in the first movie to send Marty back to the future, but it was made out of this really weird rubber. I don't know what I did with it. It's gone. And this is actually the Mr. Fusion, which you can't see because my little fat fingers are in the way. This is actually the Mr. Fusion that goes on the back of the DeLorean, but you can put it in his arm like a wristwatch, and that's kind of what I prefer to do with it. You can kind of see this nice like brushed aluminum look, or aluminium if you're in England, but it really does look like the DeLorean transformed. That's what I absolutely love about this. More so, I think, than Ectotron and Maverick. Now for some size comparisons in robot mode. Now he is the only deluxe in the crossovers line so far. He is pretty much a standard deluxe, but here we have him with Netflix Bumblebee, humble brag. His reshell mate, Siege Sideswipe. Transformation on this guy is pretty much what you expect, really. Fantastic.
Whoa, whoa. And I wish I was Michael J. Fox. I visit the past, then come back to the future. When I clean up my act.
And in no time flat, you have a DeLorean. Now it is missing the DMC on the front, but other than that, I don't think there's a detail on this thing that I would want that this thing doesn't have. It is so nice. It's a really nice representation of the DeLorean, and that is really what is going to sell this thing. I love all the pipe work and all these little greeblies here, and the Mr. Fusion, which is very loose on my copy. But it's just, all the detail are so cool, and you can see the license plate there. License plate says out of time. That is so cool, so very iconic to the movie. And it's just incredible. And you can kind of see more of that sculpting going on in there, which is just absolutely amazing. Now, a couple of features that this mode does have. It has opening gull wing doors, which is so cool and so iconic for the DeLorean. And it also has a flight mode. You just take the wheels and fold them under, and boom, where you're going, you don't need roads. Mine are kind of floppy. I don't know if that's a common thing on Gigawatt, but it happens on mine enough to where kind of the reason that I don't put him in this mode a lot is because of the floppy tires. In its transformation, you can definitely see the DNA of this boy, but I don't really mind all that much. I'd completely forgotten how much these two share engineering-wise until I transformed them both just now. And I was like, oh, I see why they did it this way. So for some other size comparisons, we already saw Sideswipe in both modes. But here we have Netflix Bumblebee and a slightly grumpy Earthrise Prime. He won't stay tabbed together. I don't know what I did wrong. So, Gigawatt then. Do I recommend Gigawatt? Yeah, but that's more because I'm a fan of Back to the Future and Transformers, so obviously I was going to recommend him. But the only thing that could stop me not recommending this thing is if it was a total piece of crap. And being based off of the Siege Sideswipe mode, that was really not an option. Every bit of it oozes Back to the Future. It oozes Transformers. It oozes the crossover line, and I'm really liking the crossover line so far. Like I said, I don't know if I'll get the X-Men one, because that's really big, and I just now only have space for several Transformers. So I'm going to have to be quite picky on the Transformers I pick up from now on. But yes, obviously I recommend Gigawatt. Pick him up if you can find him. Or if you missed him, I'm sorry, eBay is going to kill you on him. But this has been my thoughts on Gigawatt. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I shall see you next time. Take care, everybody.